So this weekend, me and Beth are away with her grandparents, and there was a small issue the last time where, because it's such a short journey to where we're going with them, we didn't run out of power, but we were getting to a point where I wasn't happy. Now, since then, I've upgraded the batteries. I've added an extra leisure battery. I've redone all the wiring for the split charger. I've refused everything, so everything on that end should be fine. The only problem is where we go with them, we are off grid because we're not driving, we're away for a weekend, and there's no electric hookup, which is fine. But that combined with where we're going with them only being about half an hour from home, it doesn't give a lot of time for the batteries to get charged. So that combined with we're going away with them for Beth's grand's birthday in about a couple of weeks' time. It's not a month, it's about a couple of weeks' time now. For a week, I think we're going to struggle with battery. So we also don't have electric hookup for that week away. So I've bought a solar panel. I've bought a 140 watt solar panel with an MTTP charger. So that's the plan. Now, I need to empty the van from when we were last away. It's still full of just, all the little bits and bobs like water containers and stuff that's just going to get in the way, running cable, and fitting this panel. So, going to get rid of that stuff first, head up to the garage, drop all that off, come back, and we'll see what the weather's like. Now, it's meant to be a beautiful week this week, but look at this. That sky, and if this focuses, come on, focus phone. There you go. That sky isn't looking very promising. So, I think I'll probably get to empty everything, run the cables, mount the charger, and then we'll see where we're at, I think. But we might get rained off mounting the panel. Now, it's a semi-flexible panel, so there's no hardware as such. It is literally just adhesive onto the pop top. So we need to make sure that's clean. I've got the right adhesive, so that's fine. But we also need it to be dry. We don't want to be putting the adhesive on, putting the panel on, it raining, the rain getting in between the adhesive and the panel, and then I'm driving down the motorway and off flies a solar panel. That's not going to end well. So, let's see what the weather does, empty the van, go from there. That much to take out the van, but just weather can't make its mind up today. But anyway, just got this last bit of farm track to get down, pull up the unit, get everything in there. So that is everything really out the van that needed to come out the van. It was actually less than I thought. I thought we'd taken both 10-litre jugs of water with us. It turns out we'd only taken one, so you know, that's handy. Still got the van to, you might see that I get to sweep some of the van out, but yeah, it's very windy up here. I don't know if you can hear, but yeah, I was sweeping into the wind. Every time I swept anything out the van, it was going straight back in. So call that quits just now. We're going to lock up the unit, head back. This wind is really making me think it's going to start raining, so I think it's going to be a non-starter today, tonight I should say, to be honest. But we'll see, might get lucky. So, unit's locked, close up the van, head back home, get the solar controller at least mounted. Might be all we get done today. I can probably run the cable actually. It could be worth trying. I have not even lifted the cable. I could have done that here. Oh no. Yeah, I've left everything in the house. I could have run the cable whilst it was here. I'll show you the plan actually. I'll show you the plan. Right. Put the roof up. And yeah, I'll show you what I'm thinking. Roof's up on the van. Now, the plan is to have the solar panel sort of in the middle there, yeah? So solar panel just before that sunroof. The gland to come down this side and round. And then there's a bung just in here. Thread the cables through there. Plan is once they come into the van, I've got two options. I can thread them along the roof line and down, or I can come straight down and along the floor. Now, the issue with both of them is taking these panels, excuse the mess, the van, there's still bits to take, you know, empty and just put away properly. But these panels are a pain to put back on. So, it's not going to be great. What I should have done is, when I insulated the van like 3 months ago, I should have ran all the cables then, but I didn't. Because I thought, how hard can it be? Oh, I'll just take the panels on and off. Now, I've worked on cars long enough to know that that is a bad idea. I should have known better. But hey, that's part of it. So, I'm going to put the roof down, head back home, mount the solar controller, and see what's happening. See what happens from there, really. Because this weather really isn't looking great. I mean, look at that. That's a nasty old cloud. Okay, well, let's do that. Let's put the roof down. Let's go. So back at the house, got the cables. Going to start running them through. So the cables have these connectors on them. They're called MC4 connectors. It's on the solar panel as well. They're plug and play straight into the MTTP charger, which is then wired into the battery. Job done. So I'm going to start running these cables, run through the van, and we'll see where we're at once that's done. Shouldn't take too long. It's more fiddly than anything. So yeah, we'll do that. So guys, we have insert the cables through that rubber bung, and then they come. Now there's already a hole in this roof, and this little bung replaces it. So I'll just drill a hole in the middle of that bung, bring the cables through it, and then run the cables probably along behind the lockers in the roof lining, and bring them down to the bottom of the kitchen. And that's probably the best solution we're going to do. So we'll do that. I might now go and try and get the solar panel, test fit it on the roof. I've not actually checked if it fits, so maybe we should do that first. I think that's a good idea. So guys, this is the solar panel, eco-worthy, 140 watt, refurbished. So I think it's been a return. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. It was £48 or something. So yeah, give it a try. Bought it with more money, so yeah, chuck it on the roof. Well, roof down, and then check how it's going to fit. I think that's the next steps. So I'll do that now. I'll catch up with you in a bit. So that's the solar panel positioned. I think I was going to do it the other way, but now I'm thinking there's already a gap. I don't know if you can see it, just here in the seal for the pop top. So I'm thinking, run the cables through that. It means and everyone's a little bit safer, and just looks a little bit better. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll feed it through there. Yeah, see that wee gap? Yeah, that's going to work out better, I think. So we'll go and find a silicone gun and measuring tape, make sure it's in the centre, and go from there. So our solar panel is on there. The adhesive is done. I mean, it's still setting, but it's not going anywhere with that. So just going to feed these cables through this gap, get the roof up, and yeah, maybe even get it all wired tonight. That would be amazing if I could get it all done tonight. Was thinking I might need to do some of it tomorrow, but it's still early, so let's see where we get to. So guys, this is actually the next day now. As you can see, solar panel is on the roof, adhesive is done. I still need to do some cable management, but that is so. Also ran all the wires. There's some, so I still have some wire management left to do on the inside of the van. Just here, and there's a little bit to do in the back corner, but everything is now done. So if we come round, and I just move the front seat out of the road, you'll see we have the MTTP charger set up, all wired in, and it's working brilliant. In fact, I shall try and do a screen recording now of the Victron app and show you what's happening in there. Okay guys, so this is the Victron app. I'm sure if you've watched a couple of YouTubers put solar panels on the roof, you'll have seen this part before, but I thought I'd show you anyway just what we're sort of generating solar. So it's currently 1:45, I'm just on my lunch break for work, and we'll click into here. Currently getting mid 80s, low 80s watts of solar. This panel maxes out at about 6 amps, so you know we're doing actually pretty well, I think. If we go over to the history, so today we've generated 310 watt hours of power, which I'm quite happy with. Like, this van has been sitting for a while. I haven't used it for 2 weeks, so the battery is a little bit depleted. I've also got the fridge running just now just to cool down because we are going away this weekend. So yeah, I think this with the split charger will definitely really help us in our power consumption, and just keeps everything nicely topped up. So yeah, that's the app. I'm not going to go into how I set the app up or anything like that. there's plenty of videos out there on how to do it. I just thought it'd be quite interesting to show you what power we've generated so far. So yeah, really that's about it. I mean, I've got some tidying in the van to do, whilst I've got a little bit of time left on my lunch break. But yeah, tidying up some wires, get some tidy the van a little, and that's us. So yeah, I'm just going to crack on with that, and I'll catch you later. Peace.